I want to share with you an actual incident that happened to, I have two boys, 11 and 13 years old. This actually happened to my eldest son, who's in grade 8. He was in the schoolyard playing. A grade 1 girl walked up to him, slapped him across the head, and said, "You are not allowed to hit girls. You cannot hit me back." I'd like to...
Well, at least she was being honest. You know, and an adult woman who would do that would probably find a way to turn herself into the victim. So...
two parts here. One, I wanted to share this actual event. I have found that my boys are having a real difficulty at school,
yeah.
Very inhospitable. My eldest son has been targeted by a number of events that actually, one of them led to a criminal charge based on false information. But the question I have for you is, what can parents, what can boys do to avoid being trapped in this condition? Like, what should my son have done?
You know, the really horrible thing is what I told my son. He was about 6, and they'd plowed the parking lot at the complex where I live, and they'd piled up all of this packed chunks of snow, right, all in a big pile at the end of the parking lot. And he was up there with a girl from the neighborhood when he should not have been. And she tried to push him off. And this is a fairly tall, about 10 feet tall pile of snow, right? And so he skidded down, right, sort of on his bum, right, hurt himself a little bit. And then he threw a piece of this snow up at her because he was mad, right? And I think he had every right to be mad. And when he came in and he told me about it, he was really upset because he was scared that he was going to get really seriously hurt. And I actually told him, right, you be really, really careful what you do when you're around girls, because I still might get her mother at my door, right, to give me heck for you throwing that at her daughter, right? Like, it's not fair. It's just not, right? But you have to be aware of what other people are going to think. I know she was in the wrong. You know she was in the wrong. But any outsider coming in is going to assume that you were the aggressive one, that you were in the wrong. And it's just a fact of life that you're going to have to deal with until we can figure out a way to change it. I mean, like, that's the really sad thing, is that you just have to disabuse your kid at age 6 of any sense of fairness or justice, right, or equal treatment. You have to tell him. You know, I mean, like, that little girl who hit your son, it's the most honest thing she could say. I mean, everything she said was true.
Yeah, what astounded me is I wondered, how would a 6-year-old child learn this concept?
Oh, they know. They know.
But
I mean,
where?
they see domestic violence commercials too, and, you know, and it's never okay to hit a woman, and maybe they heard it from their father when their brother was, you know, poking them, or you don't hurt girls, right? I mean, like, or their mom. It's just, it's pervasive. We teach our values to our kids. I mean, like, my dad, the only time he ever raised his voice with me was when I wasn't respecting my mother. So...
Thank you, Karen.